Hi guys, I'm Myra Lorraine and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for stopping in to watch my videos. You know I really appreciate that. And welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for hitting that little red button that says subscribe. Now I have to tell you guys about what I'm about to discuss with you on these two pieces here. You'll see in the back. I have to tell you guys about this pattern. And that would be this one right here that you see. That is the French Poetry Etoile dress. And I hope I'm saying that right. I'll put the information up on the screen in front of me. But when I saw this dress, and I can't remember where the heck I saw it. I don't know if I saw it on a picture, somebody's YouTube channel. I fell in love with it. The picture was this red dress that I'll pop up here. And when I saw it, I thought, oh my God, that is so adorable. And it kind of looks old school, reminding me when I was, you know, a little younger. But so I fell in love with the dress and I decided I was gonna go ahead and get it. As a matter of fact, I did. And I pulled it open and I read it. And the first thing I noticed was that the instructions were very, very basic. Now, I never bash anyone's pattern, so that is not what this is going to be about, because what I'm about to tell you is this dress I am in love with. But I have to tell you how I got there. So that's what this video is about. That and one other little surprise I have back here. But first off, let me talk about the pattern. The pattern itself had a nice range. I'll put the information up here about the range because I don't remember it off the top of my head. It had a nice range for me. And I read through the instructions as I told you, and then I read through the sizing so I knew what to pick for this pattern. Usually you guys who follow me all the time know that if I'm making a knit, it's a size 10, and if I'm making a woven, it's a size 12, and it's pretty much always been the same. Well, that's what I had in mind for this, because the fabric I actually purchased for this, and it has a little bit of a stretch. So I'm in between those two sizes. That's what I thought. But I read through the sizing chart, and the sizing chart was putting me a lot higher than I thought. Actually, it was putting me in the 14 range based on the my measurements. And I thought, wow, I've never cut out a 14, but let me go ahead and try the 14. So I put together not one, but let me show you guys. Sorry about me ducking, but I'm grabbing stuff here for you guys. Not one, but two muslins. Yes, Myra made not one, but two muslins. Most of you know I hate making muslins. I did too. Now I have to tell you, this first one here, when I put it on, I couldn't get it within 3 inches close. Anywhere on my body from the top down. I could not get it closed. So I was like, okay, we're tossing that. But I keep on because I love the dress. That's what's in my head. So I'm on to muslin number 2. Now with this one, I have to tell you what I did to make it fit. It actually fit, but after looking at muslin 1, I thought about what I needed changed, and I applied that to this muslin. And I'll tell you why it made the difference. Let me get my notes here for you guys, because I don't want to miss any of this in case you're looking at this French Poetry Etoile dress to make. It is a lovely dress. I'm excited to show you guys. It is a lovely dress. But for my body, I had to go through some changes to get it to that point. So, love the design, absolutely. Okay, the first thing that I had to do, and what I'm gonna do is show you some of the clips of some of the things that I did. And I have my notes here that I'm looking so that I can tell you honestly what I did and show you those photos. For me, the neckline, it does say in the description that it's a plunging, it's a lower V neckline. For me, it was too low. So I raised the neckline, as you'll see in this photo here, 3 inches. I raised it 3 inches, and now it hits me exactly where I want. And once you see it on me in the pictures, think about it being 3 inches lower, and you'll see what I mean. I also, because I couldn't get that one to fit me, not even close, the first toile, I decided to add, and you'll see that in this picture too, 1.5 inch extra to each of the side seams, and that was the back and the front. And I'll post that picture up there so you can see that. Of course, because I gave myself an extra 1.5 inches, I had to move the fisheye darts because there are fisheye darts in the front and in the back. So I had to move those over, and I moved those over about 1 inch towards the seam allowance so that they wouldn't be too close to the front. Now, I have to tell you, this next piece that I have to tell you about is really important because it pertains to the way the pattern was printed out. And what I'll show you in this picture, let me see which picture I'm going to bring up here. I'll show you in this picture is the way the pattern was printed out, that it actually, and I've never seen this before, I don't think, but the pattern piece for the dress front and back has the facings actually printed right along with the dress itself. In other words, it's attached. That's how, you know, that's how you see it on the picture here. I can't speak right, but you can see it on the picture. I've never seen facings added that way, but maybe they did it to save paper. As a matter of fact, I think that's what was said in the actual instructions. But it posed a problem for me. And, you know, if somebody else has made this dress, I would really like for them to comment below and say if the same thing happened to them. But with them being printed out like that, they tell you that, you know, you have options on how you can cut it out, or how you cut it out. I decided to take their option to cut the facing away from the pattern piece. As you see in this picture here, I've cut them away from the actual pattern piece. But what it posed was, once I put it alongside the actual pattern piece where it would be sewn, I noticed very quickly that they did not match, and that's what you're seeing in this picture. I put red crosses on the facing so that you could see how they don't match the pattern piece. So yeah, that meant that I had to redraft these facings. So that was one of the things with there that worked. And in this next picture, you'll see how I move the facings with my markings back to the original place where they were when I cut them out, so you can see there's no tomfoolery here with me and the camera. That is the way they were cut off, but they don't fit the actual. And I was cutting along the cutting lines that I decided to make, the cutting lines for the sides that I decided to make for this dress, which was bigger much bigger than what I normally do. Now, I have to tell you, I was a little frustrated by that, but I really like the style of this dress. I mean, French poetry knocked it out of the ballpark as far as I'm concerned with the style of this dress. It's beautiful. But that's what kept me going on this pattern. So I redrafted the facings, which there are only 2, so it wasn't a real big, huge problem. So I went to finish up this dress, and I have to tell you, these instructions for this dress are very, very basic. I mean, very basic. In some cases, they just assume you know how to do certain things, and they don't tell you. One of the biggest things that I noticed that was in here that might flip up someone who's looking to make this dress, and maybe a beginner or just a little past beginner, they don't tell you at all about inserting the sleeve into the dress itself. They show you how to put it together with all of, you know, the size and the way they want you to gather and that kind of thing. But they do not show you how to install this sleeve in here with that. And for newbies, that might be a problem because almost on all patterns I've seen, they add that piece in there. So that was not included. And I noticed that it was misnumbered around there. It went from step number 4 to step number 4 again, and then step number 5, and the sleeve wasn't included in there. So that was really tough for me. And I have to tell you, when I redrafted the facings, they fit perfectly, and I believe I took some pictures. Yes, I did. I took some pictures of my redrafted facings, and I'll put that up here for you. I redrafted the facings and I cut them out. That's what you're seeing in this picture here. And they align perfectly, and I'll show you close up of the back. and how it aligned very nicely. And I'll show you another close-up of the front and how the new facing really fits well. And that was something that that was just the way the pattern was cut, so I had to redraft that and do that. And because of that, the assembly of this dress, actually, I have to tell you, the assembly of this dress is really super easy. It is, but for me, because of the issues that I had with having to redraft certain things and also having to, size it up even more than the larger size that I had to pick out, that makes this pattern, I would say this pattern would not be beginner friendly because of that. If all of those things, the instructions were well illustrated and they included not just hold your hand, but included what you needed to know to put this dress together. If that were the case, and I think they need to redraft the way they do those facings, then I would say it's beginner friendly, because this dress could have taken me a couple hours. It's only 5 pieces, so a couple of hours, I shouldn't say a couple of hours, yes, a few hours, not a couple, but a few hours, maybe a half a day for me to complete this dress. But instead, it took me 2 days to construct this dress. And that's why I wouldn't recommend it for a beginner. But I think someone who's had a lot of sewing under their belt could tackle this dress and not have a problem with it at all. And maybe someone who's really tiny may not have a problem with that issue, with the fit as I did, because I'm a mature woman, and so certain things have to be adjusted. I did adjust my darts when I made all of those changes. I have to move those, not only the fisheye darts, but the bust dart, I had to move that as well. But I have to, now let me show you the dress. I've been talking all about, the things that they're not negative, they're just things that you really need to know if you like this dress. But here it is. I love this dress. I love the V-neck it has in the front. They tell you how many buttons they estimate and what size buttons to use, but they give you the option to do whatever, which we know as sewists we can do anyways. So I opted for 9 buttons, but they're not the smaller ones that they did. I have 9 3/4 inch buttons, and I think you can see them there. But what I'll do is show you a little bit more, like the tie sleeve. I didn't think I would like that. I mean, to me it just rang when I was a young girl, but I love this thing on me, I really do. And what really set me to run and get this pattern was this back. I like that little short V-neck. I don't know if you can see that. I like that little V that they have in the back. It drops a little bit lower in the V. That is so, so sweet. And the shaping on this dress. Now this fabric I actually won, and it's from Raspberry Creek Fabrics. It is freaking amazing. I love this fabric. Oh my gosh, it is, and I'll put the information up there, but I believe it's a rayon crepe, and it has a slight stretch to it, just a slight, but oh my gosh, it was the perfect fabric for this dress. It's not as light as a rayon challis. It is, it's a little bit heavier than that, but it still has the same kind of drape as a rayon challis. And like I said, it does have a little bit of stretch in it, not much, but it's perfect for this. Now, the facings work beautifully. Give me a minute. I am going to get this dress off. Okay, I'm going to take this off so you guys can see it. Now the facings work really nicely. I got them in. You can see that they fit. I didn't have any problems with them actually attaching to that shoulder seam all the way down. And it's a perfect fit right now. There's not a line dress, however, if you're more experienced, you could line it if you wanted to. And then the sleeve extras there, let me get out of the way so you can see that. Those turned out really nicely. I love, and everything that I did, nothing special for this sleeve. I followed their instructions, so their instructions for that was right on. Actually, they put a lot into the pieces that were illustrated. There was a lot in there for you to understand. But some of the things were a little lacking. Not bad enough for this dress to be a water. It is not a water. And I'm going to show you pictures, you know, while I tell you that I love this dress so much that I went through all of that work because I believed in the design that French Poetry did for this dress. I truly believed it. Now, considering the fact of regionally, those ladies in the area may be, who they draft this pattern for, may be a lot smaller than me, and therefore the issues. So in knowing that, I kept in my mind that this dress was for me. It wasn't drafted for me, but it's a beautiful dress and a beautiful design anyway. So that's what kept me going. And as you can see, as the pictures that I've shown you, this dress fits me beautifully. I love it. And I didn't think I'd ever say that, but yeah, this dress fits me beautifully and I love it. Would I make it again? Absolutely yes, because now I have a pattern that I know fits me, and it'll probably take me a few hours to get it done. So absolutely yes, I will make this dress again, and this one's going to be in my stable for a while. Now I have to tell you about this other piece over here. Let me switch these around and bring this over. Sorry for my okay, this little number here. This little number here is another, as you guys know, as you saw all, you've seen, seen all of my videos about it. It's the Pattern Scout Hanna top. I love this top. I probably have about 4 of them. I think I'll put the number up there if I'm wrong, but I have about 4 of them, and whatever number this one is, oh my gosh, it is amazing. Each one gets better and better and better. And I have to tell you, this one is super special to me. I probably wouldn't have brought it back to you that many times right away, but I had to, because when I saw this fabric, well, I take that back. When I was looking through my stash and what I had around me in my sewing room on what to make, is that the way it happened? No, it didn't. It was the fabric. That's right. Yes, it was the fabric. Let me back up. Okay, this fabric came from B.Wear. B.Wear, for a lot of people who order the B.Wear mystery box. That's what I get. I get that B.Wear mystery box. This was in my July box, and it's a special fabric. That's what made me make the decision to make this Hanna top again. Because usually in the B.Wear mystery box, it's all for lingerie materials, laces, things like that, and you get fabric too. Well, she had enough fabric in there that, you know, you can make pajama top or something like that, but I wanted something, because of this fabric, I wanted something that everybody else can see. Lingerie, they wouldn't. My pajamas, not necessarily in the way I want them to see it. So this was the perfect thing. And now I'm going to give you the mystery about this fabric and why I decided to do that. This fabric actually changes colors. Yes, it changes colors. Now, I had enough left over that I can make me some lingerie. I am going to make a bra out of this material, with this material, because it's so cool. It'll never change colors because my bra will never be outside for people to see. But I won't go into the reviewing the pattern again, because I've already reviewed it so many times. But I just wanted to bring this, guys, to you to show you that, you know, this is one of the times where you let the fabric do the talking for you and keep it simple. Well, I had company in this past weekend, and I decided to put on this top to see if it would, you know, catch anybody's eye. Oh, did it. Because not only does it change, but it changes just like that. And oh my gosh, it did. And it changes into beautiful colors. Wherever you see the white, it changes, well, not white, it's ivory, black, and charcoal gray in the taupe. But everywhere you see the lighter color, that ivory color, it changes to a different color. Now, I'm not gonna leave you guys in suspense much longer. I'm gonna let you see this for yourself. Here is a picture, let me get in the middle. Here is a picture of me, my husband took before we went to dinner, and we went with our friends. Now over here is a picture of me getting out of the car in the sunlight and people looking at my top that had changed on me right before their eyes. So I thought it was the coolest thing. It could be a funny thing too for people if you're at a barbecue or something and they'd look at you and they're trying to figure out, what the heck, wasn't that just ivory and now it's a lot of colors? It was so super cool just to watch it, and as soon as you get out of the sunlight it goes right back to its natural color. And yes, I washed this fabric before I made the top. I haven't washed it a second time, so that color change was after I washed it. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna get several washes before it stops doing. I hope it never stops doing, because it's just the coolest thing ever. So kudos to B.Wear for sending that out in their July mystery box. I love that fabric. It was amazing, and I can't wait to get to the other pieces that they sent me in that box. So that's it. This video is long enough. Oh, there's one more thing. I don't want to let anyone down with my video uploads, and sometimes life gets in the way from you guys. So when I say, I said, I think was it last week, that Tuesdays and Saturdays were going to be my days. To you guys, I'm not going to commit to that, because it's just been really hard trying to pick a certain day to put my videos out all the time. What I will promise you is that you will get 1 to 2 videos every week. That I can commit to. I just can't commit to the day. And to be honest with you guys are so busy out there. I think you get to them whenever you get to them anyway. So hopefully that won't be a problem. But you guys can all let me know down in the comments below. And don't forget, thumbs up before you leave, and subscribe. And I hope, I really do hope that you'd like to subscribe. So that's it. See you in the next video. Bye now. Happy sewing.